Oh my goodness gracious, here we go again. Welcome you guys, welcome. It's me, Donovan Sadiq, and I am back once again. Good morning. It is September 6th, 2021. Super early in the morning. Here in California, it is 1:45 hours in the morning. That's 1:45 a.m. for you civilians out there who don't understand military time, 24-hour clock. Just think 24 hours and count. Keep counting up until you get to 24. Then you go back to 0. 24 is 0. It's all the same, right? Right. I'm Donovan Sadiq. I am your host. Welcome to the Donovan Sadiq Show. I am unapologetic. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you are watching me. I'm going to try to do the video cast as well as the podcast, but just a lot of stuff to go on. I did the Demetra K show this week, and one thing about the Demetra K show that I like doing about the show is Demetra and I are so politically opposite, basically. We kind of complement each other because we don't always agree, and we're not always on the same page. In some instances, I'm more radical than she is, and in other instances, she's more radical than I am. So I think it's a really excellent combination of two people who basically sit on a teeter-totter of opinion. And it can go either way. But usually we're pretty good. After 30-something years of knowing each other, I think we are doing very good as a group and as a show. We've been doing this stuff for about 6 years now, I think it is. But if you guys are interested, especially you men, please come and sign my petition, 1 million black men against Demetra K. We are going to try to stop her from getting all of this good information out and waking up the masses and just, keeping everybody where they're at, where they're comfortable. That's what we want to do. Well, not really, but maybe some of you guys will be interested to join, subscribe, and like to her channel and her pages. And, we get the message out any way we can. There's Jason Black, there's the Black Authority, the Professor Black Truth, all this stuff, Yvette Carnell, all these people that are out there. The new black media is a significant threat to the establishment, and we have some really good topics. If you guys really want to see how Demetra and I actually started, the videos are very raw. Now, I don't know why YouTube has turned off my comments. It's probably because people were cursing me out and, don't like what I'm saying and all this other good stuff. But you know what? Hey, whatever it takes, I said today on the Demetra K show, if we really did this for the likes, all we got to do is have Demetra get up in some booty shorts and we'd have 1 million likes right there, and we'd have that nice silver YouTube plaque right behind us, But we're not into that, We're not into that. We're out there giving you the information. We're giving you the game free. And, we're black first. We are black first. So let's get into it. My topic today, before we get into it, let me go live on YouTube. Okay, so let's do that first, and we will take it from there. And we're going to go live right now. All right, you guys, we are live on YouTube. I'm Donovan Sadiq. Welcome to the Donovan Sadiq Show. I am unapologetic. We're going to get into it right now. You guys, if you are watching YouTube, you can catch me on YouTube on the Donovan Sadiq Show, and you can catch me on the podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the podcast platforms. Just put in Donovan Sadiq. 2 A's, SAADIQ, and you can check out my podcast, and we will get into it. And I try to do this because not everybody likes listening to podcasts, and not everybody likes watching videos. Okay, so we try to do a little bit of both. So again, welcome you guys. The topic for today is, and it's early in the morning for my video cast people. It is 1:49. It is September 6th, 2021, the day after Labor Day. I hope you guys have enjoyed your barbecues and all that good stuff that you guys got into. I was supposed to go to a barbecue at my friend John's, and I totally forgot about it. And I was doing other things and all kinds of stuff. But this goes into the topic that I want to talk about. We are totally distracted. We are totally distracted with what is going on in the world today. I am going to show you guys here on the video cast, and I'm going to tell you guys that are listening what we are going to be looking here. And I'm going to share it right now. And we are in share mode. And what I'm going to show you is headlines. White House faces multiple crises on Labor Day. Taliban claims victory in Panjshir, but resistance forces say they still control strategic positions in the valley. Tough decisions about who gets an ICU bed are getting perilously close, Fauci says. Biden has to tackle an extraordinary menu of challenges which are beginning to erode his political standing. The Democrat-Republican from Pennsylvania are part of a unique group in an increasingly polarized country. Senator Joe Manchin just doesn't get it. Blatantly against Roe versus Wade, Klobuchar slams Supreme Court decision, and we can go on and on and on. And as you guys know, what is this? German ambassador to China dies just a few weeks into his posting. Melania Trump is uninterested in public political life. That's because she's about to go to jail, or her husband's about to go to jail, her family's about to go to jail. Tom Brady had COVID-19 in February after Super Bowl boat parade, Tampa Bay Times. There are so many things that are going on in the world today that I'm going to stop sharing that right now and get back to what I was doing. There are so many things going on, and once again, black people are asked, as a matter of fact, not asked. Hey, Olivia, good morning. Black people are not asked. They are demanded to get to the goddamn back of the bus once again, as we have to take a L to save the country. We are constantly sacrificing what we need to do to survive for the better interest of the country for people who don't even look out for us. An example, the Ahmaud Arbery trial is going to be starting in a couple of weeks. And as you guys know, the district attorney that initially handled that case has been cited and is facing charges herself now for, duties unobstructed. And, don't quote me on that, but it's basically for, duties unbecoming of her office or something like that as a official. She did not do her official duties. And now she's going to be facing charges. But we know in white supremacy, she's a white woman, and they're probably going to give her a slap on the wrist because she's part of the ring. Now, you guys got to remember, white supremacy, they don't have a problem. And they know you're going to have to sacrifice some people to maintain white supremacy. So if this woman gets sacrificed, that's just all piece of the pudding and a piece of the pie. So it's no big deal. But nobody's talking about stuff like that. See what I'm saying? All of these distractions are going on, especially when it comes to the black agenda. Nobody's talking about the John Lewis bill. Nobody's talking about the George Floyd bill. Nobody is talking about reparations. It's all about what white people and the white supremacists need to maintain their power and other groups. Like here in California. Hey, and Sylvia says, you are so right. Yeah, I mean, it's blatantly up in our faces now. Joe Biden, okay, Olivia, you're up this morning. What are you doing up this morning? You should be asleep. I don't know if you're on the East Coast or not, but welcome to the show. But think about this, Olivia. Joe Biden has been in office since January. So let's give him 6 months. Let's just say 6 months. I know it's a little bit over 6 months. What has he been doing in 6 months? Everybody that wanted something got it within the first 30 days. It isn't like Congress is coming to him saying, sign this bill, sign this bill, sign this bill. And he's just so damn busy. The man has been doing absolutely nothing for almost 4 months. Botched Afghanistan and the withdrawal. Now, I am going to say this. I give him big ups as a military member. I give him big ups for getting us out of that. But he also put us in it. He voted for it, not doing his homework. So what is their excuse for not doing the black agenda? Okay, everybody else got theirs. Okay, now what about us? We can't even get a vote a basic vote on a reparations study. Why can't we get a vote on that? Nancy Pelosi won't even bring that to the floor. So now all of these other distractions have come in, and we talked about it on the Demetra Kaye show, Roe versus Wade and what they're doing in Texas and what the Supreme Court chose not to do right now. If Roe versus Wade and a woman's right to choose is so much under attack, and the Supreme Court seems to want it to slip by, why aren't the Democrats and Joe Biden and his Dummycrats doing something about it? If you need to pack the court now in order to save a woman's right to choose, why aren't they doing that? But yet everybody says the Democratic Party is for the people. We had a pandemic that is still ongoing and getting worse, that the Supreme Court told Joe Biden and Congress to do their jobs, and yet Joe Biden said, I can't do anything by executive order, and yet he did it for another 60 days. So for 60 days, if you didn't have the money 60 days ago, where are you going to get the money for another 60 days? So now the Supreme Court has come back again and told them, that's it, we're done. We're not doing a damn thing. So my question to all you Democrats out there, I'm in recovery, okay? I'm in recovery. I wish you guys would get in recovery. My question for you guys is, what are the Democrats, what have they been doing for the last 4 months? The Mexicans got theirs. LGBT got theirs. Some white folks and corporations, they got security, in their person. Asians got theirs. Blacks haven't got anything. But even if you're not going to do anything for blacks and you want to put us into the everything pool, women's rights are now under fire. And they're not stacking the court. So this is my thing. I can't really tell the difference between a Democrat and a Republican anymore. You have Democratic war hawks, you have Republican war hawks. This is why I'm a recovering Democrat, because I've actually realized that both of these parties uphold white supremacy, and they keep playing a shell game to keep us distracted for why we can't get anything as a people within ourselves. We are falling further and further behind financially and economically because the Democrats don't want to do their jobs. But yet people keep saying, well, we got to keep voting Democrat. Here in California, Gavin Newsom is under a recall. Here's the funny thing about his recall. Here's the funny thing. Thank you, Olivia. Olivia says she totally agrees with me. So, thank you. And Olivia, isn't it funny? It isn't that hard to just use basic common sense and look at what they're doing. It doesn't take much of a rocket science to say, this damn person ain't doing a damn thing, and they have all the tools to do it because they did it for everybody else. If you don't want to do anything specifically for black people, I'm not saying that's okay, but women who are the center of any community and are the center of the universe, and you guys smell good, really. You guys smell really, really good, too. And you look good. I love women, okay? Why aren't you protecting women's rights? Didn't the Democrats tell us for years that the problem in politics is money in politics? Okay, you've been in power for 6 months. Where's the legislation to overturn Citizens United? Where is that? And then all these Biden-Harris supporters, I can't find a one. So all these distractions are going on. And once again, black people are asked to sit back and let everybody else get what they need to get while we get taken. 2008, the housing crisis, black people as a whole lost a third of all their wealth in the housing. This pandemic, they're saying an eighth of black landlords had to either, or are going to either sell their property because they can't evict anybody yet, because people that had money that could have paid rent didn't pay it. And so we hurt our own selves by screwing over our own kind. So that knocks out another eighth of us having any kind of wealth. But yet we have these black representatives that sit in power, and I'm going to talk about specifically in my area, Barbara Lee, Aunt Maxine. I mean, these are black women that have no problem fighting for other people's children, but they won't fight for their own children. And I'm not excluding black men that are in power. These people are servants. And they won't fight for the very people that vote them into office every 2 years. Because let's face it, white people are not overwhelmingly voting in black representatives that ain't shit, which is why I do a podcast called Black Politicians Ain't Shit. You know, and I'm kind of getting tired of explaining it and getting that message out. Like I said, Olivia, you know, you seem to get it, but it's just so sad that a majority of us don't get it, and we're getting to a point to where if we don't get the right people in office within the next 8 years, politically, our vote means nothing because our population has not moved in 60 years. Very, very scary. I'm going to be okay. Olivia, I'm very sure you're going to be okay. And a lot of you listeners out there are going to be okay. But it is getting very, very telling. And we are at H hour. Basically, we are in the fourth quarter right now, and we're behind by 20 points. It's going to take 225 years for black people to catch up to white people. That's just white people and economic wealth just to catch up. 225 years. And they're doing nothing right now, and they have the power to do so. So Gavin Newsom is going through a recall here in California, and he did all these things for the Hispanics, giving them licenses, all kinds of stuff for people who aren't even citizens of this country. Come to find out, half of the Hispanics who he helped are trying to recall him right now. Trying to recall him. The very people that aren't even citizens that he gave money, he has given housing, all kinds of stuff. My tax dollars that he's done, half of them are voting him out of office. And this is what we've been saying on the show in regards to the Democratic Party. They gave the Asians a bill. Half of Asians who are business owners vote their interest. So they get in under the Democratic umbrella, and then half of them vote Republican. Now, overwhelmingly, black people, 93% of us, vote Democrat. I didn't vote Democrat, but, you know, certain things I did, but, you know, because I'm a recovering Democrat. So you can't tell me everything the Republicans say is bad and, you know, whatever. There's good in all kinds of stuff if it's in your interest, right? Correct. So Olivia says a lot of our people aren't paying attention because they feel that they're not being affected by these things right now, which is crazy. And Olivia, that is the game. That's right. They're making them feel good. Look, go to football games, go to restaurants, do all this other stuff. And you know what the sad thing is? Okay, I'm going to tell you this story, and it's kind of crazy. I'm getting ready to go to the Dominican Republic, right? I sat out for a year and did not travel, right? Because of the COVID. We didn't know what was going on. They're trying to figure it out. So I sat out for a little over a year. And Demetra and I and her daughter, we went to Costa Rica for about a week. Just to get out, you know. Now this Delta variant is coming. And so, you know, I've been vaccinated. I've been, you know, working out and stuff. I really feel Demetra and we actually probably got the COVID before they really figured out what was going on. I went to my mom's house like back in 2019 about 2019 or something. Was it 2019? Yeah, about 2019, 2018. And I was there for about a week, 2 weeks. And the whole 2 weeks, I was bedridden. I mean, I was sick. I felt like I had a cold. I couldn't shake it. I didn't know what it was. And I couldn't shake it. So, so I know not for a fact, but I'm very sure that I had the COVID and just didn't know it. So I go get vaccinated and stuff, and I go to Costa Rica, and just had a great time to get out, right? So I'm talking, I know you guys are seeing the refraction on the glasses, so I'll ditch the glasses for now if you're watching the video cast. So this week I'm getting ready to go to the Dominican Republic. There's only like 8 countries that are like open. And so my mom calls me and she says, I don't understand why you're going to the Dominican Republic. These third world countries, they might not have any way to, fix you up and all this other stuff, right? And I'm listening to my mom, and I love my mom dearly. She's my only parent. I lost my father in 1975 when I was just a 5-year-old. And my mom has been a widowed mother for a very, very long time. And, she remarried, but, she's my only parent. Love her to death. Army veteran. I mean, my mom's done it all. My mom could ride motorcycles. She can do all kinds of stuff. I got this scooter, and she's trying to tell me, what you need a scooter for, And it's funny because when you talk to people of that era, the baby boomer era, they all are on code. They all are saying the same stuff. So she's saying, you go over there, oh my gosh, you go over there and, they've got COVID and stuff like that. And I was like this. It just killed me. It just killed me because this is my parent and I love her dearly. But like a lot of people of her generation, they are very ignorant. Very ignorant. And I say this not to be disrespectful, okay? I'm just going to say this because I want you guys to think about what I'm about to say right now. Because I'm a numbers guy. I look stuff up, I research it, whatever, right? And sorry about the refraction on the thing. But I research everything, right? In the world, who has the most COVID cases of any country in the world? Aha, it would be the United States. The United States, correct? So I would be safer in the Dominican Republic than I would be to stay right here in the United States. Okay, Olivia says it did start around the end of 2019, actually. Rosie Perez had it, and it got sick on a movie set. Okay, yeah, see, so that was about the right time. Yeah, they didn't really know what it was. But, so if the United States have more recorded cases of COVID exposure, wouldn't I be safer outside of the United States in another country? Because I'll tell you, when I was in Costa Rica, they made sure you were sanitized and all this other stuff. You couldn't go in any stores. There was somebody sitting at the door at the store making sure you sanitized your hands and you had a mask on and you went into the store and did what you wanted to do, whatever. Less cases. So this weekend, and it's Labor Day weekend, my mom is down in Florida. She should be back at home now. But she was in Florida at a jazz festival with a bunch of people. I mean, I have to laugh because, and you moms, we love you guys. I mean, we love you guys. And I think it's kind of cute, but it's like, because you don't want to be disrespectful to your elders, right? Even if it's, not even if it's not your mom, but you don't want to be disrespectful to your elders. But I'm just like, wow. My mom is that ignorant. She's talking about third world country, right? We live in a third world country. When you're letting the COVID get out of control here in America and you rather send children to go back to school where the COVID numbers are going up, and you're talking about other countries that are third world, and yet January 6th, we just had a coup like a banana republic, and you're talking about other countries are third world? I have to call ignorance. And I actually realize now that the baby boomers are on code and they're brainwashed. Because to them, seeing a black face in a place of power is good enough for them. Being able to sit at the front of the bus is good for them. Being able to sit on a toilet and shit next to a white person is a victory to them. Being able to be the first and only black person on a job is good to them. Right, Olivia, yes, it's like they say, do as I say and not as I do. But isn't that kind of hypocritical? You're telling me I shouldn't go where I want to go, but you're down at the jazz festival doing what you want to do. Much less the casinos down there, okay, on the Gulf Coast, okay? So what difference would it make, if anything? And by the way, a lot of people caught COVID, and hurricanes and all kinds of stuff that's going on down there. I have to laugh. It just floored me. It just floored me. Because even when we were in Costa Rica, it's funny how Americans, we always keep telling each other, well, be safe. Be safe. Do you guys realize when we were in Costa Rica, and we were telling people on the show, because we did the show from Costa Rica, that no, don't tell us to be safe. You're in the country that has more guns than people. That's how crazy we are as Americans. We've gotten to this point. And of course, in the American society, at the bottom of it, I know people don't want to believe this, is black people. And we emulate our masters as much as we can. Because like I tell my mom, and I tell any of the baby boomers that try to debate me or whatever, we've had police chiefs in major cities for years. Has the police culture changed? What were they doing? Right now they're trying to push Val Demings to be a senator against Mark Rubio. She is strong for the police force. That blue line. But I'm paranoid. And like I said, I'm very respectful to the baby boomers, but when they say, oh, y'all don't want to listen, y'all don't want to do anything. Wait a minute. When you were fighting civil rights, what were your parents telling you? Don't you go over to Mr. Morehouse property and cause no trouble. Boy, you better sit down before you get in trouble, before them white folks kill you. That's what they were saying. So you fought your battle the way you fought your battle. Let me fight my battle the way I'm going to fight my battle. Because it's obvious what you guys did. If what you guys did was so successful, why are we here today? Why have black people fallen so far behind with black leadership in position to do things? Again, I was attacked viciously because I showed John Lewis's record as a congressman. And he didn't do a jack shit for black people. That's just a fact. And people didn't want that exposed. But I went to Jared Pettis Bridge. I got my ass beat. I woke up one day and said, I'm going to get my ass beat for black people. Nobody does that, okay? I served in the military. I am not going to die for this country. That was not my mission. I'm dying. I'm not going to die for this country. I'm dying for me if I'm going to die, but I'm not dying for this country. But I will make sure the other guy dies for his country. That's how, I handle things, okay? But, it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. We are getting nothing done. Black people are falling farther and farther behind. And, Olivia, did you see the distraction with the twerking that's going on? The Little Nas X is pregnant. The R. Kelly case, we talked about that on the Demetra K show if you want to go check that out. All of these distractions that are going on, and fundamentally things that are going to keep us intact as a people is not getting done. We can't get votes. Congress is doing absolutely nothing, and they keep pointing their fingers at each other. And, I'm going to be okay. But just because I got mine and a lot of black people got theirs, I can't rest on my laurel, because no matter how much I got, if there isn't a bunch of me or black folks around me, it will be just a matter of time before they round my black ass up and do to me what they are trying to do to the majority of us. And it's so sad that a lot of our black folks that think because they got their nice check, they got their nice house, they got theirs, they think nothing is going to happen to them. We have to band together. We have to stop the bullshit and stick together. I do believe, I don't believe in abortion, but I do believe women have a right to choose. And the Democrats are doing absolutely nothing, which to me shows me that that is the game. Two wings of white supremacy, they work together. They're working together. I mean, how else are you going to explain it? I got my good friend Olivia on here. How else can you explain it, Olivia? I mean, how can you explain the Democrats sitting on their hands? What happened to those stimulus checks that Joe Biden said was on the way? What happened to that? Olivia, do you remember when the corporations and all these business people said, well, if we raise the minimum wage, businesses will go out of business? Now, all of a sudden, $15 an hour like that. I don't understand why people can't see the smoking mirror thing going on. Before they said it can't be done, it'll destroy business. Now, all of a sudden, they have all this money. It's sad. It's an incredible thing. So a lot of distractions. I want you guys to understand that. Look through the distractions. We have to stay focused on what we need to do to survive. When this pandemic is, I don't even think it's going to be done, personally. I don't think it's going to be done, but 7 million Americans, okay, are going to be homeless. Now, right now, the homelessness in America, half of all homeless people across America are black. I just gave you the numbers of the landlords, an eighth of landlords that lost their property. I just told you a third of black wealth was taken in 2007, 2008. Obama didn't do jack shit to help us. They're coming back for the rest of it. Qualified immunity for police departments. What happened to that? I think that would help black people significantly in this country, so that we're not murdered in the streets. But women's rights. Wait a minute, we got to get on that first. Women's rights. And they do that because it affects white women, Asian women, Hispanic women. Okay? They're going to jump on that. But they're sitting on their hands waiting for this court. Stack the court. Start stacking the court. What is going on? Run your agenda. But that's the problem. The Democratic Party has no agenda. Their agenda is to act. Olivia, and guys listening, how can you be in the minority and still obstruct? But when the Democrats were in the minority, the Republicans went straight through. Oh, we can't do anything. The Republicans are obstructing. Now the midterms are coming here. What do you think is going to happen in the midterms? I believe the Democratic Party will lose the House. And when they won the House back, Nancy Pelosi was supposed to step down. But we got niggas like Jim Clyburn, fish fry Clyburn, talking about we don't need qualified immunity. He don't give a damn about black people. Is he a baby boomer? The average age of the Democratic leadership is 73 years old. Tell me that is not a problem. It's crazy. It's crazy. Do you guys realize animals have more rights in this country than black people? You abuse an animal. Ask Michael Vick. You will go to federal prison because animals are protected. Dogs and cats are protected. But black people aren't. Quan Lee just got an Asian bill, and 2 senators of Asian descent told Joe Biden and the Democrats, a party that they're a part of, that if we don't get our bill, none of your legislation is going through. That was 2 Asian senators. Or poly senators, whatever, Polynesian senators. And I'm not mad at them. I'm jealous. We have 53 members of the Congressional Black Talkers. There's only 13 votes that separate control of the House. If I had 53 members, don't you think I would be telling Nancy Pelosi, my people need this, 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 and this. If I don't get it, you don't get what you want either. It's sad. It's going to be a massacre at the midterms because a lot of people are waking up. I'm a recovering Democrat. I know there's other black recovering Democrats out there. And people are seeing it because how can you sit there for 4 months, do for everybody else in 30 days, plus reverse bullshit that Donald Trump did in 30 days, and do absolutely nothing for the very group of people that put you into office? Yeah. And now the eviction moratorium is over. 7 million Americans will be put into the streets. Out of that 7 million, half of them... Oh, you're okay, Olivia's recovering too. Yes. 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 Because, Olivia, you are recovering because you're addicted to the Democratic Party. And it's not good for you. The Democratic Party, I found out, is not good for me. Like, some people could drink alcohol, some people could drink, weed, but some things you just can't deal with. I've been voting Democrat, and I'm just not seeing any results. But when I started voting as an independent, and I down balloted what I wanted to vote, I started seeing results. You're going to have to work for my vote. And if the Democrats feel that they're going to get our vote anyway, this is how they feel since we overwhelmingly vote for them. I believe they need to pay a price. Oh, but Trump's going to come back. Oh my God, you don't want Trump back. That was a quick 4 years of Trump. And he was focused on them Hispanics. And I don't even like Trump. But yeah. I was the same way. I was voting that way for my elder because my mom was a Democrat. My dad's a Democrat. I'm just going to vote Democrat. And especially when you're younger, you're so busy going through the beautiful struggle, as they call it, of life, trying to get a job, you got to raise your kids and all that other stuff. You're not really paying attention to what's going on because what all that really matters is local. National is it's another distraction. Because in 2000, Bush versus Gore, the Supreme Court said your vote, which is a popular vote, doesn't elect the president. But we like symbolism as black people. We love symbolism. And that's, a big problem with us. So, we got to keep raising the alarm. We love the fact that we have a black woman, well, she's a black woman. She's been a black woman now for 2 months as vice president, who isn't even speaking for us. She isn't saying nothing for us, but she'll speak for those Hispanic children on the border. But yet we have over almost 1 million black people that were incarcerated. And some of them are still in jail to this very day from the 90s and Joe Biden's crime bill. But yet black folks, don't talk about Kamala. It's crazy. It's just a crazy, crazy situation. So I'm going to be going to the Dominican Republic, and I will be doing shows and podcasts from there. So don't think, that I won't be doing that. I'm going to relax because I don't want to catch the COVID here. I'd rather catch it over there if I'm going to catch it at all. And I'm looking forward to that. I'll be gone for at least 2 weeks. I think that'll be good enough to go. And if everything goes back to lockdown, then great. But if they lock me out, great. All my bills are electronically paid and all that other good stuff. So I'm not concerned about that. But We are running out of time, people. I am looking at what is going on. And when I contact my representatives, they have no answers. They're in it for themselves. Citizen United. If you're going to overturn Citizen United, now is the time. Okay? I'm not even talking about a black issue. I'm talking about things that, they could do right now. Student debt forgiveness. Black women are the most educated group of people in the United States, but yet they're the ones with all the damn student debt. Can you please forgive that? Mr. Biden, could you do something that will give black people a lift? But we get nothing but symbolism. We're worried about Sha'Carri Richardson and, her talking about this and, downing the Jamaicans and stuff, which she shouldn't have done, by the way. I was supporting Sha'Carri until she started with that dumb bullshit. And here's the funny thing. I guess there was somebody that commented about, Jamaicans walking to their coconut stands or something like that, barefoot to their coconut stands. That isn't a black American that is ignorant and hasn't traveled. Okay? Because I've been to South Africa, I've been to Soweto, and, in South Africa, that is a very contrast between people who have money and people who don't have money. And let me tell you guys something, black folks. I'm going to tell you, my people, we are not that much far from Soweto in South Africa. Okay? And if you don't know what Soweto looks like, I suggest you Google it and look on Google Maps. And these people are actually living in these little homes, 8 people to a home, trash everywhere, whatever. That's happening right here in the United States for black people. We are not that far off from our cousins on the continent of Africa. So when people make that statement, ignorant, and she liked it and stuff, so I got off the boat because I'm not going to stand for that. We need to stick together, and that's one thing that we don't do as black people. So anyway, you guys, just wanted to drop that real quick. Again, please check me out on the Dimitri K Show, Free Flow Friday, and Don't Believe the Hype. Don't Believe the Hype is on Thursdays. Free Flow Friday is Friday, and the Dimitri K Show is on Sundays. 213 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to check us out and do that. Please, again, like, subscribe, and share. And please share the situation. And Olivia, I hope you come back again and check me out. And love to talk and chat it up with you. It's been great, but it's getting late, and I'm going to go ahead and get off of this. And I got some other stuff I got to do. I will be packing. And I will be packing to go home. So, hey, and Olivia, please, if you got a topic you want to talk about or something, just shoot me an email or put it in the comments, and we'll research it and chat it up. All right? All right, you guys on the video chat, you guys be good. I'm Donovan Sadiq. You guys have just been informed. I'm the Recovering Democrat. I will talk to you guys mañana on the video cast. And for you guys on the podcast, we have a lot of problems. I'm Donovan Sadiq. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will talk to you guys mañana. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with a gangster lean.